Hi everyone, I'm Sunshine Jackson, and thank you so much for joining me for the Sunshine Sessions. Tonight's session will be a solo session because there's just something that I wanted to talk about that I don't think we talk about enough. Earlier today, I was speaking with a couple of friends of mine, and we were talking about depression. What is it about depression, be it caused by mental illness or just life circumstances, that makes it such a taboo subject? Why is it so difficult for us to talk to someone when we feel that we need a shoulder or that we need help? Disproportionately, I feel women especially suffer in silence. This is not to exclude men. However, I want to talk about women tonight. I'll do a separate video at a later time about men because I understand. I get it, guys. Depression in men is serious, and I think because men, especially men of color, black men, Latino men, men in general are expected to always be strong and tough. It makes it, I think, a little bit more difficult for them to talk about their feelings. Noted. I understand that, and I'll definitely address that at a different time. But what I wanted to concentrate on now was the subject of women and depression. I can't imagine what it must be like to be a single mother who has to juggle career, children, worrying about making ends meet, especially when you have no help. I'm single without children, and I know that life gets overwhelming sometimes just due to extenuating circumstances, everyday things. So I can only imagine, as I stated, what it's like for a single mother. In addition to that, it can also be overwhelming for women who have help, women who are married. Can you imagine what it must be like to be everything for your children, then turn around to be just about everything for your husband, and what's left is struggling to try to find a little piece of yourself for yourself? Remember, you were a woman before you became a mother, before you became a wife. I get it. So what is the answer to rectifying a situation that goes ignored far too often? Why is there such a stigma? Have we as a society made it difficult or wrong for women to say that they need help? Depression is so serious that, of course, it could lead to suicide and other things. Suicide, I think, being the most serious. It shouldn't have to get to that point. It shouldn't have to get to that point. If you feel in any way overwhelmed with what you're going through currently, please find someone to talk to. Find someone to talk to. And for everyone else who has not dealt with depression, let's make it so that there is a safe place for people to express how they feel, and let's hear them without judgment. Let's do everything we can to assure those people that we're there for them in some form or fashion. Sometimes I think it helps just to have someone to listen. There should be no shame in depression. There should be no shame in saying, hey, I can't do this by myself. I need a support system. If you know someone who needs someone to talk to, if you know someone who's struggling or battling with depression, please help that person seek help. Because as I stated a little earlier, it can end terribly if not addressed. It can be so serious that it causes or leads to suicide. None of us wants to see that happen to any of our loved ones or our friends. It's just a bad space. I'm not going to give you statistics about the number of people that have or that are currently suffering with depression. I would just like to focus more on the actual people. There has to be a resolve. There has to be something that we can do for someone who's hurting. And as a person who is hurting, there has to be someone that you can talk to. Someone that you feel safe enough with your information, that you know that person won't throw that back in your face or make you feel ashamed for just being human. Life is not perfect. Your casserole doesn't come out the way you planned. Your souffle may fall. The costume that you were sewing for your child's school play might be a little uneven. So what? You're not perfect. And you shouldn't have to feel that you need to be. If you have to drop your children off in the morning and you need to go home, lock yourself in a room and scream to the top of your lungs to release that pressure or that stress, do whatever it is you have to do. Do whatever it is that you have to do to fight for your life and for your sanity. Depression is a real thing, and it is a serious condition. Dare I say a disease. But there is help and there is hope. If you are watching this video and you are currently suffering from depression, get help. If you are currently watching this video and you know someone suffering with depression, get them some help. Do what you have to do. Your life just may depend on it. I would love to know what you think. Please feel free to share openly and without judgment from the rest of us in the comments. Tell me what you think. Have you suffered with depression? Have you dealt with that? Do you know someone close to you who has? What were the results? What did you do? Let us know. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time on the Sunshine Sessions. And remember, no matter what you do, make it purpose-filled. Bye-bye.